white trader. What is the word for it? Like, what is like a trader? Yo, you love black people. Like, no, they just said no. I got trucks. They just said the fucking name. It's called a wigger.
That's a wigger. Actually, a wigger loves black culture.
Probably the closest.
A wigger loves black culture.
Joe,
they want to be black, right?
When a white person gets mad at a white person and call him a wigger, oh, he really.
What are these? Are these black Canadians you guys talking? No, we call them commies. No, wiggers don't care. Yeah, we call them commies. We don't call them wiggers. We call them.
I never heard no shit, Tommies. What the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, I heard y'all say wiggers. Well, then you like when you see a white person that's okay with the black culture and has black friends, you'll call him a wigger. If a white person's too friendly with the blacks, you'll call him a wigger. That's what it is.
No, it's not.
You'll call Jeremy a wigger.
We should all be. A wigger is a white man acting like he's black.
Just is so great. Let's segregate.
Dude, I got a bunch of
Dumb motherfucker. Dumb motherfucker.
Can I ask you something really quickly?
Don't do it.
Well, can I ask you guys something really quickly? Can I ask you something really quickly, right? Like, Joe Biden. I don't know if you guys, sorry, not Joe Biden, fucking Bernie Sanders. If you guys leak it. Okay, so oh my God.
That's a joke. I said it.
Joe Biden is the least wiggerish of all of them.
Stop it. Bernie Sanders. Stop it. Bernie Sanders walked across the bridge during the Civil Rights Movement in solidarity with
oh, yeah.
Well, hold on. I'm just trying to say this, is that I don't think
spoken from a true
Bernie Sanders.
Oh, yeah, eh?
And I don't know, brother, I will let your white privilege American every single time.
Yeah, that's not going to work.
Don't. I hope nobody sent him down. Oh, no, don't. Please, I've been handing out ice badges all night tonight, because I just want to.
I promise you, Jeremy, one thing all night, I will not touch any of the mod privileges. I'm paying
I don't do that shit.
Black Myth Wukong right now, so I will not touch the buttons at all.
Don't. Hold on. And Joe, I appreciate that statement, brother. and that's why all of you have a being. Is because I know you're not that kind of American. Right? I know you're American, but I know you're not. Mao, I'm not talking about you, brother. I would never call you an American. Also, you can't have.
One thing Donald Trump has actually exposed is at least for that class of people, the rules don't matter.
Yeah, this nigga Bernie Sanders,
the rules just don't matter.
In 1960, right? In March, right? They were marching in March, right? And then Bernie got arrested. And then he made it a point to say, Bernie resisted arrest. Get the fuck out of here, civil rights ass nigga. Fuck out of here. You stupid looking Sonic the Hedgehog boss looking ass cracker.
This is just reality we live in.
Mr. Robotnik, that's what the fuck he looked like. But he did that. Okay, cool. But I just wanted to know, man, we call black people that love y'all motherfuckers, we call them coons, Uncle Toms, shit like that, sellouts. In the Dick Arnold, trader, no man land, nobody likes you. Type is Henry Hill. Yeah, type of shit.
Can I ask you something, man? Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Like, Anita Hill. I hope I'm getting that right. You know what I'm talking about, like that.
Henry Hill.
No, I'm talking about this. Sorry, you guys tell me the back of the bus. But brother, I know, but her husband had a car.
She did have to go to the back.
I know, but her husband had a car.
She was on the back of the bus. She was never on the back of the bus.
I know, she was supposed to be. I know, my bad, Massa. But her husband had a car. Does it matter? That's my question. Does it matter? I don't think it does. I'm asking you, E.
What?
Her husband had a car. Does it matter?
Does it matter? No. Maybe he was at work. Bozo, he was picking up milk for the babies at home. Bitch, fuck are you talking about? Does her
So
husband have a car?
she still
What are you
should have
talking
been
about?
racially.
Sounds stupid. Does her
You said
husband
Rosa was never at the back of the bus.
drove her to work? What the fuck are you worried about? They've been there for. What are you talking about, Joe? What do you want to say?
No, you said like Rosa was never at the back of the bus.
She was never at the back of the bus. That makes sense. That's what the
So-
problem transpired from. That's what induced the problem. Because she
Oh, yeah,
wasn't at the back.
My bad. I hear you. My bad. I hear you. I got it.
Why you think the white man came up with that dumbass question? He moved to the back. Fuck no. I ain't getting
No,
up.
I hear you.
No,
I
that's
got it.
valid. That's valid, Joe.
Stupid nigga.
If you're gonna come up here and make a face in this house in the same way that fucking Justin Trudeau.
Fucking man. Let's talk about the gender, right? Let's talk about the diabolic nature of this conscienceless beast that walked on the bus this day. He saw a woman, right? A man saw a woman and told her to get up.
This is so delicious. Go eat. Go.
A man saw a woman. Let's not even talk about the race yet. Let's talk about gender.
I know. That's what's so fucking delicious. This was so delicious. Go.
Sir, yes, sir.
What is wrong with the boy that walked on the bus that day? What was his name? What's his kid's name?
No, he's a fucking racist. No, he's a racist. No, that fucker's a racist. But my question to you is this. So many Israelites.
If Rosa Parks actually owned a car, why the fuck would she get on the bus, the silly bitch? If she had a car, she would just fucking drive.
Goofy ass up, dude.
Be honest, bro. Do you agree?
Shut the fuck
No.
up. Curious.
No,
Wait, guys. Can I just ask that we not shoot anyone in the head tonight? Can we not shoot anyone? No, he doesn't need to shut up.
I'm just saying, if you have a car, why are you taking the bus?
Finish.
That guy just shot Rosa Parks.
Guys, but wait, Curious George is just a little monkey.
Thanks,
He's not an atheist. He's a little monkey thing. And exactly. And Curious George, I think it's an interesting question, and that's what I think it's the same as what he is saying. And what blows me away with what he was saying is that, and he, I'm not outing you, brother. You're an Israelite, and my experience with Israelites is that they're very race focused. They also hate women.
Fuck the Israelites. They're like those monks.
Stupid. I tell the truth all the time.
But I know.
Shut up, bitch. Shut up, bitch. Holocaust was promised to 3,000 years ago. That racism was promised to 3,000 years ago.
Racism off. Like Curious George is racism off.
Wait, I want to focus on your sexism. I want to focus on your sexism because I don't think you're racist, E. I think you're an Israelite who's not racist, but I think you might be. You might not be racist, and that's what I wanted to ask.
Oh, he said he's racist.
I know, but that's okay. Curious, I'm racist too. I
me too.
Stinky leg.
I have another predicament.
I think stinky leg crackers are probably the worst contribution. Hey, curious. Do you wash your legs? Do you know what washcloth is?
Yeah, I do. Thank you.
Hey, do you shower every day?
Yeah, every single day.
When you shower, do you take a soap, bar of soap, and you?
So this is what I do. I think. So I use a shampoo and I use soap and I use exfoliator and I also use a little silicone thing which helps me scrub my body.
Guys, wait, this is so important.
That's too much.
Hold on.
That's too much.
Wait, curious. Can I make an assumption? And brother, I want you to tell me how much I'm right and wrong. Because brother, you've been up here for like 6 seconds.
No soap.
But watch this. Watch me try and guess your position. Just be honest, dude. Be honest. Based on the 60 seconds you've been talking, I think
His position is bottom.
wait. I think that you are from the UK. You're black, but because of British colonization, and the fact that brother, the fact that you were definitely not first generation black UK person, when you talked about your showering procedure, it called out the lotions and the soap and the.
No, I said shampoo. I said shampoo, soap, exfoliator, and the scrubbing thing.
Yes, and exactly. That's why he's a black Edomite. Let me
monkey land.
Said silicone. Black said silicone all the time. White.
Wait.
You know, black people don't get lights.
That's what I'm saying, is that this is a black Edomite. And let me tell you why. Because this man doesn't know what washcloth is. This man talked about...
I do.
No, you don't. Well, I know you do. I do too, but you don't use it. You put
I used to use
that
one.
bar,
It used to be the same size as a hand towel, bro. But I used to use that, but then I bought a new thing off TikTok shop, and it replaced the hand towel, bro. Come on now.
Your hand towel.
No, he's going to tell us why Jesus is white and
I followed the innovation, brother.
Hand towel is the same size as a what?
I have followed the innovation, brother. I've adapted from the hand towel, and I have moved on to a silicone hand scrubber.
Hey, do you know what a washcloth is?
Do I know what a washcloth is? Yeah. But I'm telling you, I've evolved, bro.
How big is it, Paul?
I've moved on. It's like maybe 10 centimeters.
You got a look class, and you think you moved up?
Maybe like 20 centimeters by 20 centimeters.
So like, oh, I use for my skin, like I get this African exfoliation.
Bro, this D guy needs to stop talking, bro. I was gonna say something though. This is my proposition.
Actually,
D, listen to this. I'm gonna ask you a question, D. So my question is, if I'm racist to everybody, if I hate every single race in the world, all of the races, am I actually racist? Like, or am I equal to all of them? Bro tried to land the plane, but he missed. Haha, pussy.
This next pussy.
Talk about Joe.
Yeah. That's trash.
Thank you all for joining us today. Together we will build a stronger, more unified future. Thank you all for joining us today. Together we will build a stronger, more unified future.
But curious. Yeah, you're from the UK, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, and you're black, yeah?
No, I'm actually not black though. That's not the...
What are you talking about?
I'm not black. If I was black, I'd be talking like this. What are you talking about, bro?
No. I'm curious. If you were an American, if you were an African American fucking Republican MAGA, that's how you'd speak. But that was my question. But brother, that was my question. I asked, are you a black person in the UK? And you said no. So are you saying you're a white person?
No, I'm not white either.
Oh, so what are you?
I'm purple.
You don't even fucking know.
Wow. Are you ashamed? Are you ashamed of your race, brother?
I can look at the mirror and then I can let you know.
You're gonna fucking Barney up in here? You're gonna Barney up in here? What is your religion fucking... What is your religion fucking core that is
A monkey, let's be friends, bro.
Dude, if you don't say you're strong you are, that's so wild. Like, that's who
Thank
you
you
are.
all for joining us today. Together we will build a stronger, more unified future.
White people saying own it.
Israelite.
Yo, white people
Brother,
guilty of their race.
I have a monkey. I just want the banana. I just want the banana.
Hey, curious, shut up. A fucking Israelite speaking. Brother Ian, is this motherfucker an Israelite or an Edomite?
Me?
No, he's a
Yeah, you curious, you fucking speaking bitch.
Let me check. I'm on my
Israelite speaking. An Israelite speaking, motherfucker.
I fucking hate Israelites. Fuck you, Israelite. Pussy bitch, motherfucker.
He would be an Ishmaelite, right? So he's from...
Everything is too big. The cars, the trees, even the squirrels, they stare at
I know exactly where he's from. He's guilty about what he is, right? So he's probably a Muslim, foreign, third world country. Shit, whole country. Right?
You think
Shout out to
I'm
that.
from you think I'm from the
Shit, hole, you got a doubt in your head, you musty, you don't really drink nothing.
Bro, I think so.
Driving taxis, you come over here and you just...
Taxis.
Yo, give me $20 up on 8.
Nah, bro, I'm the type of person that tells the people which pump to go to. So I should give you...
Everything is too big.
No, you're
What do you think,
Eastern.
Colin?
You are literally like Eastern.
You're the king. You're right.
Wait,
Eastern like Saudi Arabian.
wait, monkey, what do you think? What I said, what do you think?
You a dot head. Fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Can't be
Indian or
So curious. Curious, I'm Canadian, just
Okay. Monkey, can I ask, are you actually in support of Israel?
Yeah, let's
am I in support of Israel?
Yes.
No, I'm not a fucking Nazi. But your country is. But wait, your country is.
Which country? Which one's my country now, bro?
You said you were from the UK, brother. I'm just speaking facts.
Oh, go.
Are you so fucking stupid that you didn't understand what you said?
I am very forced, man. My parents decided to fucking settle here, the fucking idiots, man.
Where from?
Brother, curious, you're a fucking Nazi and you don't even know it.
No, brother.
I'm Canadian. I'm Canadian.
I love Hitler.
You're a fucking Nazi.
I love
I know you do. Thank you. Thank you for agreeing with me. Guys, we just built a bridge. We just built a bridge between a fucking Nazi, black, fucking self-hating, fucking second generation immigrant. Because not first generation, because he would not self-hate his fucking, black ass. This fucking. So this, I'm a monkey ass. I'm a monkey ass. And no, I never said monkey. And
No, I said monkey.
I know, that's what I'm saying, curious. The fact that you think, wait, no, but curious. And this is why this motherfucker is a black Edomite. It's because this black Edomite just thought that
not a black person. Stop saying that.
Where are you from, brother?
It's like every time they can't understand another race, they're just like, I might as well vote for Trump.
Should there be?
It scares me.
I don't understand TA Monkey, bro. His IQ is too high for me. Sorry, Monkey. Your IQ is too high.
The monkey's got higher IQ than you?
Can somebody mute D because he's not funny. He's not adding to the vibes. He's ruining the vibes.
You're fucked up.
You don't say what you are, which is obviously Indian or Pakistani.
Let's be friends, everybody.
No, fuck off.
No, we're not friends.
I don't want to be friends with D, but I want to be friends with Joe.
I don't think that they're homosexual.
Joe understands that men can have platonic friendships, but D doesn't understand it because he's gay.
He want to make friends as a grown adult. He want to make new male friends.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, dude, I'm grown. I got kids.
I'm monkey.
Friends.
I am monkey.
Your friends intact already at that age.
Monkey, why did you send me?
Well, anyways, I'm gonna take off, guys. You guys, you deplorables, take peace.
Till next time.
See you guys. See you guys.
How's the weather for you, Nancy?
Cold, but not bad. I still can walk in a sweater.
It's the spring season for cycling there, you know? All the
Yeah. This
races in Belgium, Netherlands are gonna start happening. I hope it's not a cold year. I hope it's a warm one.
We had a warm a few years ago that really the whole year was like the same temperature at the end. Yeah, that's really cool because it's all cold or warm. And we have 4 seasons, so yeah.
I hope it does rain for Paris-Roubaix though. I want to see a wet Paris-Roubaix.
Not really, yeah.
Michael, can I ask you a question?
What a familiar voice.
Do you need some music, Miss Nancy? I promised you some music.
I know, but there are more people here. I'd rather wait till we have the slumber party.
Taste.
Okay. Have you changed your audio to music?
There's no such thing for me.
I don't know what happened during that slumber party, but you see what happens, huh?
Anyway.
I was listening. I had to tell Pro from a slumber.
I wanted to ask Miguel a question because I thought I saw him today in the chats, and he had as I thought it a rather deplorable view of me, and I wondered if he was.
Well, wearing
able
fifth
to
grade.
explain why.
That would be par for the course of most people in Clubhouse.
I wouldn't say deplorable.
Michael, did you say that I was a bad person or some version of this?
Yeah, you'd be correct in saying that. I don't think you're.
Did I do something?
I don't think sometimes you have good intentions.
Did I say something that conflicts with your morals, Michael?
Well, call me Michael first.
Miguel.
Miguel?
Miguel.
Oh, wait, Michael?
Miguel.
Okay.
Don't be Trump now. Change people's names.
It's Benjamin, man.
That's something offensive, Miguel. I wanted a chance to fix it, that's all.
Nothing to fix, bro.
Oh, sorry. No worries. Okay.
I have my it's opinions of people. It's not a fact.
I usually have like a dim view of people and I don't really know quite why. I just do that to people because that's cool.
Because you're a generally pessimistic misanthrope, Benjamin. That's why.
That's pretty on point. Benjamin prefers a different term, don't you, Benjamin?
Today I came away optimistic that there were two people at least who were ready to see the light.
The light of Benjamin.
That's just optimistic to me, not pessimistic.
Maybe I would like you more if you talked more about what's that stuff you want to talk about that they prohibit. Yeah. Maybe that would change my view.
He doesn't want
That would be fun with
he just wants to argue about one.
Oh, he wants to argue about quantum. Okay. Well, that could be good too, I guess.
Yeah, it's like poor reads on things that he thinks are black and white issues, like quantum erasers, all this kind of stuff. Many worlds.
I guess I'd like to point to one thing that was is bashing on, and I know you're gonna go on your trope about fucking Mohaja or Mohammed or whoever that's a pedophile.
Don't set him up with the layup.
Yeah.
You give him the assist.
But that's kind of shitty thing to do.
Wait. Do you understand that Mohammed took a wife at age when she was age 6?
That doesn't mean you can't listen to what he said to do it as a person, because everything that he wrote is for a person to do good. He doesn't say anywhere in the Quran to take a wife as a 6-year-old. And that was what, 1,000 years ago? 1,500 years ago? It's like, it was completely different times. Didn't people take like minors and little kids as their husbands and wives during the freaking royals in Europe? And it even happened here in the U.S. It was a different time.
They had proxy marriages when kids were like.
They knew they were going to die at 14.
That's no reason.
Let's get them in the last year of their life.
12 now.
That's no reason to assassinate an entire.
I don't actually think that.
No, not you, pro. Benjamin.
No, I was talking about my own joke. I was saying this because most of them were going to die at 14.
Yeah, sure.
13 was like senior citizenry.
They did have short lifespans back then. What was the average? Think about it.
It's still pretty good.
The average age in Afghanistan is like 30 or 40
I mean, you
years.
can't go by average age.
Yeah,
What ends up happening is tons of kids never make it past the age of 15, right? And then women die in childbirth at a pretty young age because they're getting pregnant, in their teens. And so, like, the average lifespan wasn't really like, if you made it past 15, you were likely to live to be 60 or 70. It's just that not many people made it past 15.
I agree. It's skewed towards more birth rate.
So not only did you have to marry Muhammad, you get set up with
Would it change your mind at all if Muhammad wrote down in the Quran that if you met somebody who was an infidel, you should kill them?
I don't think it's said. Does it say that in the Quran? Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not very versed in the Quran. Does it actually say that?
Yeah.
Somebody did, because somebody told me, told in this group, do you want to be a Muslim? And then they told about killing and about the gun that they can have or whatever. That they're just going to shoot if they're not agreeing. He said it like that. It was really
But the question, Miguel, is would it change your mind about Muhammad if it says that in the Quran?
Well, in the Bible it says certain things that.
So it wouldn't change your mind?
I'd have to.
I thought that particular passage was referring to a specific group of polytheists that they had encountered before, had a treaty with, and then broke the treaty. So it's like basically like saying, hey, if you run into those guys, feel free to kill them because, you know, they fucked us.
Well, there's multiple passages.
It's more like those infidels, not all.
Corey, there's two passages about killing the infidels. One is more conditional than the other. So you're referring to the more conditional one. It's a famous defense to distract you and make you look at the softer one. But there's also one that basically just says, wherever you find the infidels, kill them.
But it also says, but if they repent and observe prayer and pay the zakat, then leave them their way free. That's something that was written 1,000 years ago, right?
Okay, so
Didn't
God
kill entire cities?
is this what you're defending as honorable?
No, it's not. It's not defending, but it's somebody else's
You think
religion.
this is a respectable ideology in the modern age?
Whether it's respectable or not, it's not for me to say or for you to say. It is part of a religion, and
why is it off limits?
Well, why would you want to go after a religion? That's just.
Wait, you think religions are just a special class of ideas?
No, but they're not.
Religions
are
are just
anything
ideas?
that's going to harm you.
Do you think religions don't harm people?
No,
have they
people
harmed you
hurt
ever?
people.
Everything has harmed people. Have they harmed you ever, Benjamin?
I think there's considerable risk that religions harm people. I think 9/11 was a quite an interesting example of religions harming people. October 7th was another example.
Stupid ideologies can sway people, but I mean, is it really the religion that's actually killing the person?
Because like the people that carried out 9/11
Bro, you just
were
spent the
a
last hour and
subset
a
of
half
Islam that was like Wahhabists, right? So it's fair to say that Wahhabist ideology can be highly violent and destructive, socially antisocial, right? But you can't just like say because Wahhabists did that, all Islam is like that. Like, can't.
But I can say that all Islam quotes the Quran, holds the Quran in high esteem.
Yeah, and there's stuff in the Quran that's fine. If you understand the structure of the Quran and all of that, it's like whatever. Like some of it is like basically the longer chapters in the beginning are from the Medina period, and that's when Muhammad was trying to like basically politically run a community, and so there's all sorts of shit in there that's like that. But like the later chapters, which were actually chronologically the earlier,
you think the best
are
way
a
to
little
run a
bit more like
community
kind of
is
like
to suggest
the
killing
normal
people?
sort of like moral sort of like allegory, and so it's like okay, fine, whatever.
Oh,
So,
now it's okay, fine?
well, no, I'm just saying you can't just blanket. You can't just blanket condemn Muslims, right? Because of the actions of a few, or their bad interpretations of the Quran, or they're taking it out of, or they're taking it out of context and using medieval, medieval Arabian Peninsula, sort of legalisms, right, and trying to apply them to the present day. Like, there are plenty of Muslims that recognize that context and they don't read the Quran that way.
So according to your raceometer, your racism is fine if it means killing people.
Why do you make these stupid statements, Benjamin? Like, where do you
I
think
don't think
that
I'm making any stupid statements, Cora.
Yeah,
you're justifying an ideology.
No, you're attributing thoughts and ideas to me that you are coming up with out of your ass.
An ideology that promotes killing people based on what they believe.
You cannot tell me what I support.
Well, what if you did? What if you did? Well, so if I want to support being Muslim and excuse me, I don't have my Quran in front of me, but I know this stuff about the stoning and flogging, the adultery stuff. Where
we could need a little Quran.
Well, no, we don't need to. We don't need to. So what if I support it? Yeah, I support the Torah, and
well, then I think a lot of your arguments about racism being bad are kind of.
I don't personally support the Torah. I'm just imagining here that I believe in the Torah, right? I believe in the Torah, and I go and I practice it, and I never think that someone should actually be stoned or that you should beat your wife or all that kind of stuff. I just kind of, I think it's a good way to be in touch. So with my, pilgrimage to Mecca, whatever, right? So what?
I mean, I guess really the only thing I would push back on the pro is that, yeah, you can have people who do interpret it, through a modern lens, and so read a lot of the passages that are read in the Torah as most Christians and Jews and Muslims do, and say that those were contextual to the time. I mean, that's fine. I have no problem with it. But that still doesn't, I think really essentially, not necessarily, I don't agree with Ben necessarily, but it's like, to me, like, the fact is that you still can have people who look at that, like people like Osama bin Laden, and yet they somehow get it wrong. And so, like, to me, even though people can argue that he got his interpretation wrong, people are still saying that, that this is the solution. And yet if we still have, like, most Muslims are opposed to it, you still have, this small sect that believes it. And so if the entire world were to become Muslim tomorrow, that would increase the number of people who are radical.
Not necessarily. Not if everybody, like, suddenly became, like, Ismaili Muslim. Like it's like, okay. But the thing is that I think that is more of a reflection of personality and character type, right? That uses Islam as a vehicle for acting on their moral preferences, which are just informed mostly by culture and, just like that sort of thing. It's not coming from the religion. The religion's being used to justify the antisocial preferences of the person. That's the other way around.
Right, but it really doesn't.
Because I think anybody can do the work to interpret a religion in a way that's pro-social, like, period. So,
right, but like,
they don't.
But like, my point is essentially is that it seems to me that religion, makes the problem worse, basically. And so, I mean, I'd say it's not exclusive to Islam. If you have religion.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter what religion, it's the person's moral preferences, right? And they're using religion to justify it. And so you could rail against one religion all you like, or just like go back in time and eliminate that religion, and they'll just find a different one.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think really though, it still doesn't dismiss, the criticisms a person may make of that religion. But you're right. I mean, it's something I would agree with, that it's not something that applies exclusively to Islam. And so, like, when people say, what about, Christians who did the Inquisition, who did the Salem witch trials, it's like, yeah, I would agree with that. It still doesn't, it still doesn't illegitimize, the criticisms people make of, sects of Islam that are responsible.
This is what I'm trying to get at, right? Criticize the moral failing, right? Don't contextualize it in the course of business. Like, why would you want to do X to people like that? That seems really antisocial to me, right? Don't even bring up the religion, right? And then if they bring up the religion, say, why are you using that religion to justify this antisocial behavior? That's the way you go at it. Because if you come at it as Islam is bad, they're just going to go straight into defensive mode. If you come at it from, you are choosing this antisocial behavior, right, and you're trying to use the religion to justify it, they're just being like, they're defending themselves, and they really don't have any ground to stand on.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with that. Like, I mean, I think really
Nico, can I just say, that's exactly the strategy that I use with my KKK friends. Like, I never say the KKK is bad. I just try to like take their attitudes wherever they are, and if they do something I don't like
How many KKK friends do you have?
if they put gum under the table, I point that out. I say, look, that's a moral failing. Don't do it. But I don't make them feel like they're bad people just because they're in the KKK.
Benjamin, that's a bad analogy. I mean, the fact is, you're comparing a group that exclusively is, tied to white supremacy and saying that it represents, one is acts as if that's comparable to.
Wait, why isn't that strategy? Why isn't
Because
that
you're taking a group. You're comparing, a group that's specifically is tied to believe that their race is superior because they believe that God anointed the whites to be superior to everyone, and comparing that to a entire group of which you have a small sect that believes that the entire goal is to conquer the world, make the world governed by Sharia.
I just don't think that religion has the monopoly on this dogma stuff that you're rallying against, Benjamin. I'm interested why you don't have the same fervor for all the other kind of belief systems out there. I mean, maybe you do. I don't hear you. I mean, I can argue that militant atheism does a lot of harm in the world too. Like, all religion's evil and must be eradicated. This sort of the credo. I mean, you're not up in arms about that, or the Hansen stuff. The capitalist extremism, right? Free market's always right. And, human value is economic value. Everybody else can take a piss on themselves, right?
Like I would push back on the term militant atheist, because that's doing a lot of heavy lifting.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. There are definitely people out there that act that way. There are people that have those kind of belief systems. Right. It's not like it doesn't exist.
But like today, though, it's like so like if I could.
I think in like Maoist China, they suppressed spiritual life freaking off the map, right? They're violently.
Right, but I mean, I think like to me, like you also have people who would describe militant atheists like they would have described like Richard Dawkins, a guy who I disagree with on like what he like with new atheism, where the goal is specifically to normalize, that religion is innately irrational, that it should be
dehumanizing.
Well, but specifically is what is said for new atheism. Like the goal is essentially to normalize that religion is, irrational.
Right, and that's dehumanizing because it mirrors the very intolerance it condemns. I mean, that's my point.
I don't think it's dehumanizing.
I mean,
okay, so this one struck a nerve then with you guys, huh?
Why would it be dehumanizing to criticize a bad idea?
So the point is that you shouldn't ever, and the Buddhists are very good at this, you shouldn't ever,
ideas were bad.
you should never try to undermine anybody's ritual practice that allows them to self-actualize in a positive manner, right? So, and it doesn't matter what it is, right? That's just really what it comes down to. Because the Buddhists look at it is that if this person self-actualizes and achieves wisdom and knowledge, they'll eventually let go
You're not going to answer that, are you?
of the religious beliefs.
Benjamin, you don't talk to those people like that. You're not up in arms about Rwanda. I've never heard you mention Rwanda ever, right? It's
I think there's a genocide going on in Rwanda, and I'm
but you never mention it. You just mentioned the stuff that is just strictly religious all the time, like the communists. I mean, are not really high on your list, right?
Really, so the reason I push back on that is because of the fact that
you're pushing back against me pushing back on Benjamin. You're missing the whole point, Necro.
Well, I think really like Benjamin's. I guess I just should let you guys, settle it. I guess.
Well, I want to hear from Cora that the wearing of the white hood as a ritual for self-actualization is perfectly fine.
I was talking about positive self-actualization, Benjamin.
So now it's positive so much.
I literally said that, but you know, you don't actually listen to everything people say.
You think celebrating a god on the day that God kills Egyptian children?
Yeah,
I think true to the
title, we should bring up some
clarity. Benjamin, let John bring some clarity to the room, okay?
Oh my God!
Listen, Benjamin does a great service for all of us when he says, "Take the deepest breath of the day. Let's focus our minds and concentrate on. I'm gonna read from the Psalms." So I would just like to also just read from a little Zen poem book that I have to calm the mind, to concentrate the thought.
Where have you been?
Did you ring that damn bell?
In some ways, drama, both comedy and tragedy, is simply the record of the aging. If possible,
Let him read.
I'm letting him read.
We gotta let him read from the book of Kitover.
we see it, of course, in King Lear, but in Othello. Okay, I'm gonna go on mute when you're done, Benjamin. Go ahead.
No, Benjamin, stop it. Benjamin has had a lot of preaching time too tonight, so we gotta get to yours, John. It just wouldn't be fair and balanced. Please, John, I beg of you, please give us this Buddhist hymn. Please, John. Pretty please.
Where do you see John?
Benjamin, you upset him.
Did I upset him?
He has defiance disorder!
He's gone.
Maybe he respects Muhammad enough to know better than to talk over the word of Muhammad. So let's listen to the word of Muhammad.
I'll just nailed it. I'll just tell John. Let's do that one again. Hold on, Becker. I gotta hear that.
Sometimes you can't really like do it, like you just have to like spontaneously.
He has it.
That's why I haven't mastered it, because I can't just do it on the spot. It has to be in
The clowns are coming.
So here's Muhammad. Let's just listen to Muhammad for a second. But when the forbidden months are past, then fight and slay the pagans wherever you find them, and seize them, beleaguer them, and lie in wait for them in every stratagem of war. But if they repent and establish regular prayers and practice regular charity, then open the way for them, for Allah is oft forgiving, most merciful. Okay, Cora, do you want to defend that shit? Cora, go ahead. This is your time.
Yeah, did you read the context all around it? Like, which
Really? You think the
talking
context
about?
fixes it?
Which pagans is he talking about, Benjamin? Is he talking about a specific group from a specific town? Jeez.
I can.
Benjamin.
Outrage for people like you, they're cynics. What about the cynical nihilism people?
I got a question. I got a question for Benjamin. Benjamin, do you think it's nuanced to say that the meta of statements like that are essentially psychological and not material? Meaning that kill the pagans means kill the taboos or idols in your mind. I mean, Benjamin, do you think there's a meta argument for ridiculous statements like that?
I don't really think so, because when the Bible says, for example, that if the daughter of a priest sells herself as a prostitute, she should be burned with fire, I don't see a way to make that a metaphor. I think they're saying that if the daughter of a priest commits prostitution, that you should burn them with fire. What kind of metaphor is that? Do metaphorical priests have metaphorical daughters that commit metaphorical prostitution?
But Benjamin, would you agree that's contextual, as well?
And 1,000 years ago.
Why does everybody think they can fix this stuff with context?
No, I'm just saying. I'm not saying.
That's some kind of bullshit they teach you in schools?
No, there's context for all this. Yeah, actually, there's context for stuff. Of course,
there's context. It's in the goddamn Quran. That's the context.
In the Quran, where it talks about the inferior stuff of women, I mean, the context is that some argued that was the norms of the time, right? Where women had less access to all the legal financial
norms
stuff.
of the time. Nobody gives a damn about the norms 15 years ago. Give a damn about people who think that that's the best book ever written, It's the best man.
There's context to the violence against non-believers
in
stuff,
the year
definitely.
2025.
No, I would agree, Ben, that, like, you know, I think it's absurd that people follow the book, but I mean, to me, it's like, my concern is essentially mainly is like, why does it matter essentially to the people who don't believe that those verses apply today, is really the thing.
What does it do?
Why does it matter? What matters is the people who think that these verses do matter.
Well, I would agree with that, and so do Muslims who, you know, who understand, who, like, condemn those people. I mean, does that not matter?
What's if you're a Muslim, you can't condemn the Quran if you're a Muslim. What are you talking about?
Well, the thing is that they think that the interpretation of that Al-Qaeda or people like ISIS, that they're wrong specifically.
Yeah, that's not condemning any book. That's condemning.
That's not condemning the text.
That's not condemning the text. Condemning the people and their actions. And
yeah, you on my side all of a sudden?
This is
new to me.
No. I'm just trying to clarify it.
Okay, well, I appreciate it. I'm here for you.
Did you hear it, Ben?
Like Ben, I just will speak to this. I agree that there is a legitimate concern about, you know, Muslims, specifically when I see like polls like in UK where you have like 70% of British Muslims who believe that people should have been prosecuted for the drawing of Muhammad. But I mean, those people, so I do think there is a legitimate concern, but I think really like the way people interpret the Quran itself, though, like they don't interpret the Quran the way that Al-Qaeda does. The majority of Muslims, in fact, most of them happen to be the greatest victims of Al-Qaeda.
Well, the former CIA head Brennan is, you know, a Muslim. There's lots of converts in our federal government, which you could call traitors, that have converted to Islam. Lots of wacky people convert to Islam, the Saudi Arabian version. Look at Epstein. There's a photo with him and MBS, and it looks like they just fucked somebody. And MBS is all sweaty with a big laughing mouth. And Epstein is a trans technologist. And the weirdest thing about Pro Lyrics in this room is he always goes back to the trans. No matter what, Pro always immediately goes back, oh, they're not accepting of trans. Like, what is up with Pro just constantly going to trans as being his biggest complaint in the complaint universe? Hello?
Islam for Epstein.
Actually, Muhammad would be very easy. I mean, he'd be happy to be on the Epstein list.
Well, that's part of Epstein's fascination.
There's his own Epstein list.
You gotta understand, Epstein is mixed up into pedophilia with the Saudis.
You know he'd be on that island. He'd be in that airplane. Sign me the fuck up.
The Saudis are involved in a massive pedophile ring. You know that movie with what's-his-face where they're auctioning off children, you know, to these Saudi princes on their ships and shit? That's real. Because of Sharia, they can fuck.
Sounds like what Donald Trump did.
It sounds like a conspiracy, but out of 80,000 royal Saudis who are worth millions and billions, and they operate in secrecy, just like the Federal Reserve, you don't know what these Saudi fucks are doing. Hello?
The documentary is called Eyes Wide Shut. It's directed by Stanley Kubrick.
Yeah. I mean, to me, though, like, I think one of the things that I find off-putting in the United States, even though the age of consent is 16, like the minimum out of all states, there is no minimum age for marriage in most states.
Oh.
I don't think that's true.
It is true in most states, or in many states, you know, people can legally get married before the age of 16.
These states are called Sharia-ready states.
Is it most or many or some?
I don't remember how many, but
certainly some.
I know that there's...
I think it's many. I don't know that it's most, though. I think it's like, 20.
Yeah, I know that at least in some states, the legal age, like, for marriage is, like, 18. I know in, like, DC, it's 18. And so, I mean, there's definitely states that do have restrictions, but there are definitely also states where there are no
There's no.
I hate to break in. Point of order. Dr. James is here, and Dr. James accused Benjamin of being a racist earlier today, and I want to say that is the most cowardly, vicious, obnoxious, low IQ attack I've ever heard. And you know, the fact is, Benjamin is a sweet guy, a pretty nice, mellow guy who he can have a conversation with anybody and be pleasant. And then he wants to play music. So for you to come on stage and call him a racist, is that projection? That's my question, Dr. James. Do you have any racist ideology, tendencies, habits, thoughts, or was it not projection? Because in my opinion, all communication is by definition projection and hypnosis.
Again, you get that hypnosis in there.
That was nice, John. Coming from a guy who's using a black woman accent to address the black woman when she came up on stage, it's pretty rich.
I was just looking, and as of 2025, 16 U.S. states and D.C. have banned child marriages entirely, setting the minimum age at 18, no exceptions.
Can I speak to that though? Because Dr. James did seem to take a dim view today, and kind of accused me of racism. And I just want to point out that there was a little missing argument here. This is something weird, and I think maybe Dr. James was sick that week, and I apologize that he didn't get a chance to go to that class. But I feel like there's something missing in his education, and I thought maybe we could fix it tonight. You see, he said that this text shows up in lots of anti-Semitic circles, this quote that I quoted today. And so I was complaining about the text, and he felt that because I was complaining about this text that shows up in lots of anti-Semitic circles that I was crossing a line into racism. Yeah. Now, what was missing, I feel, and maybe this is just, it was a bad week. Some people get the flu and they can't go to class. He never once criticized the rabbi who actually said these things out loud in public, who actually put them out into the world. He never criticized him once as being racist. But he had nothing but smoke for me. And I don't know, Dr. James, I know that week was busy and you weren't feeling well, but I thought maybe I could try to give you a clue here tonight. Why don't you fucking blame the guy who said it and not me, who's complaining about just a little messenger here? That would be that's a makeup class for you.
Do the doctors need doctors? Do the psychiatrists need psychiatrists? Do the prison guards need guards? Do the politicians need oversight? Hello?
Oh my, they need so much. They go to these schools, they get these papers that say they're smart, and they don't know shit. It's pathetic.
Well, Dr. James has been outed. I'd like to say again that this is a friendly roast, and I do think that Clown House is an actual roast app, and feel free to roast other people. Like, you can roast me if you want. You can roast Cora or Roybus. They're worthy of being roasted. And Benjamin and Necro, they're also worthy of great roasting. You've heard them at their worst. You've heard them at their best. But they are all worthy of being roasted. And Dr. James especially. Let's take a walk with Dr. James Snyder.
I think it's interesting. I personally made a meme with creationists one time, made a meme with my PTR talking about like how they think that they are always so smug and arrogant. That was the thing put in the meme. And I was like, who's that guy in the meme? It's me. I'm famous enough to get roasted by some creationists. Whoa!
Benjamin, you gained friends.
I gained, I gained the heat today of 1,000 suns. That's how much energy I got today.
Oh my God.
The heat of 1,000 suns. From a rabbi.
Oh, okay, Colin Robinson, whatever.
A rabbi offered me the heat of 1,000 suns. I think his exact words were, I hate you with the heat of 1,000 suns. But you know, I'll take
Isn't
it.
that how you like it, Benjamin? So maybe he just didn't like it.
I definitely roasted my hot dogs over it. And then I had a rabbi say something that I think God put on his heart, you know, because sometimes I feel like God doesn't get a chance to speak for himself, and so he speaks through the rabbis. And I think the thing that God put on his heart to share with me today was that he very much wishes I was dead.
Yeah, so it really hit you hard. Even after you wish somebody dead.
That is so thoughtful, because what it means is that God is lonely waiting for me to come to heaven. And he can't wait another minute.
No, Benjamin, you're missing it. I know you're being facetious, but don't you think that's projection? Everything he said was a projection, and that's the sad part, Benjamin, and you don't get that. That's why you're so fucking hated, because you don't get it. You don't get it when people come on here and scream that they want, you know, did you hear what he even said? That he's a reject from the community. Everybody hates him as white. Like, he projected a lot on you, not just that 1,000 sons that you would die, dude. He put his heart and soul, which was all projection, and you're missing it, bro. Don't you see? That was a massive personal admission.
That was a cry for help.
Yes. What the fuck don't you get, bro? I mean, are you being facetious and funny? Because if you are, then the roast is going great.
Look, I completely agree. I do think it was a cry for help. I think it was a little bat flare, and we've got to make space tomorrow to heal. To
Maybe
heal
a
Brother
cracked
Uri.
mirror or something that you didn't see it.
We've got time to heal Brother Uri, and I think Dr. James might need a little healing too, because Dr. James's brain is broken. And I think we can fix it, but it's gonna take time.
So, you know, his brain isn't broken, and I have found that I call a lot of people stupid who aren't stupid. They're fools. And the fact is, if I gave them a very smart book, they could read it out loud with perfect clarity, and hopefully over time or immediately they would gain total understanding, and we could prove that they're not stupid. But people on this app are being political. The green bean creates a paradigm, and you enjoy it too, Benjamin. Your problem is you're driving people crazy because, Benjamin, what people are looking for is validation. And basically, you're not being a good mod. You should let Caleb have the Caleb show and let him do his little Torah study for 10 minutes, you know, have a heart out. But you're being annoying and you're driving people crazy. Hello?
Well,
I'll get to Brother Caleb. Projection. That's you know, just take that.
I'll get to Brother Caleb in just a minute.
Listen to what Kitover was just saying.
I did want to help Dr. James put his brain back together, because Dr. James said earlier this morning, again, about this little phrase that the good rabbi says, which is this: non-Jews only exist for the purpose of serving Jews. It's quite a statement, and Dr. James suggested that I had put it out of context, and which got me thinking. I got, oh, that's the thing I've done. I have this sentence from this rabbi, and I have simply misplaced the context. There's a place in this great big puzzle piece where you can snap this sentence in the right way, and it fits, and everything looks good, and you get this beautiful forest puzzle that goes together fine. That piece fits somewhere in context, and I have just made a mistake.
See, Benjamin, you keep saying in context, but you're leaving out the out of context or the lack of context, which is what you're doing, smartass. So, Benjamin, you can play the Benjamin game, prove to me blank exists game all you want, but people are going to call you out linguistically and fight back against your terminology, as I just have. Hello?
I have spent all day with this piece, trying it different ways, trying to turn it left and right and center, and trying it on an edge,
You never
trying
heard
it in a corner, and trying to get it to fit into the puzzle in all these different contexts. And I have not found, and maybe you all can help me, this is where friends can be helpful. I haven't found the context where this piece fits, and it,
You
where
have
it
the
just
right puzzle
slips
then.
in, and it makes sense.
You found it. It ended in an ad hominem insult and attack on you. That's what you found. But that's a Dr. James problem. That's not a you problem. Dr. James is very emotionally unstable, in my opinion. Now, you may say that's projection, but I've recorded many Dr. James sessions, and to me, they're just like Pro Lyricals. This is why I've opened Trump derangement therapy support group rooms for people that can't stop thinking about the orange one. You have to pull out books. Read books and live your lives. Hello?
It's help to fit this piece where it goes. I don't know where it goes. Maybe you know where it goes. But Dr. James assures me that it goes somewhere. And I trust Dr. James. Dr. James is smart. Dr. James has a PhD. He's been to education. He's been to university. He's got certificates. And if he says that this piece goes somewhere and has the right context, I just have to keep looking. So I tell you what, tomorrow I'll do another room and we'll spend all 8 hours tomorrow looking for that context that Dr. James.
Don't do it. You're going to waste your time again. Just, Benjamin, create a room and just call it Prove to Me You Can Read. And if he can't prove to you he can read, well, then you know your answer. Hello?
No, I just got to find out where this puzzle piece fits because it's got to be a right context for it somewhere.
See, you keep going to context, but you're not talking about relativity. Context creates relativity. Relativity creates context. And the problem is Benjamin. The Benjamin show tomorrow, I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to be here. I hope I can record it. I hope you get... I got my little recorder ready, just like Epstein had his little recorders next to the bedstand in the fucking drawer. The guy recorded everything. And I have gone through...
Literally, like, the definition of brain rot. Like,
you're projecting, Coro. I hate to tell you, but you got a bad attitude, lady. I don't know who you are.
Now, Cora's right. We need to get back to Cora because Cora had a good point too. Just
start the roast. Roast up Cora. Light this Cora up. Light her like a candle.
Cora has very important points. She used the phrase pro-social religious rituals. Pro-social. I think she said this. She said there's a pro-social interpretation for every religion. And I thought, that is so cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hire Cora tomorrow to come in and do a pro-social interpretation of me all day long. And so when people get angry and when Rabbi Caleb loses his God Almighty effing shit all over my stage, I can get Cora to come in and do a pro-social interpretation of everything I just told them. And she'll fix it right up, just like that. I mean, just like snap your fingers. Whatever I say, Cora's going to be there with a pro-social interpretation. And that's really going to be great.
But now you're creating house rules and you're paying somebody to defend you. Your problem, Benjamin, is you need, just like Pro here, who guards the little green bean as if it's like a power ring, you need to give everybody the green bean and just listen and sit back and see what happens. Why aren't people more sharing and giving? Nobody wants to expand nothing. Everybody here sucks. Nobody here's ever started a business. Everybody here is complaining in just the same way that I'm complaining. And Benjamin is proving that essentially he's a philosopher and everybody else is a politician. Hello?
Nobody's ever started a business? What are you talking about, John? I'm pretty sure that Benjamin has a business he does contract work. Roivas has a business. I know that for sure. Pro's got his music stuff, gigs that he does. What are you talking about? I run a business.
What I'm saying is nobody has used this app as a conference call to start a business, run a business. Again, you're just complaining about my complaint. Let's move on to the next complaint.
You're being
Let's move on to the next complaint.
Being a professional rapper is running your own at least small business. 100% of the time. It's a 24-hour day job. That business. Being a professional rapper. You have no idea what I'm talking about. Of course people here have done all types of shit. What are you talking about?
Yeah, how are you today? See, did anybody tell you today that they wished you were dead?
No, for a little while I heard the big fight. Caleb, the big, he got
Caleb is my personal sexual advisor. He's now my personal spiritual advisor. He's advising me to make an early reservation for heaven.
Yeah,
He thinks that God.
I heard. I heard.
Caleb, listen, Benjamin, I've received death threats on this app for years from all parties, left, right, Jewish, Christian, Muslim, etc. Yeah, it's not a competition. Caleb, you just made Caleb crash out. But the point is, Benjamin, I've been working angles on this app and making people so angry, so neurotic, so psychotic, so delusional, so paranoid that, the micro neurotransmission of dopamine and recording people is the social surveillance capital of the now. And
speaking of recording there, John, didn't mean to cut you off. Just wanted to, while we're mentioning these businesses, promote the new album there. The new pre-release link comes out March 6th, Infinity. Grab that. Your favorite Professor Lyrical digital provider, Spotify.
Yeah. Oh, good.
Pro, are you one of
Garrett Canner better be mentioned at least once on this.
Pro? Are you one of those musicians that are gonna resist AI music and complain about it? Hello.
Yes.
Absolutely.
100%.
So instead of launching a new brand or a new label, you're just gonna complain about it and never do anything. Okay. Hello.
See, I wanted to tell you because you missed it. I had this little conversation with Rabbi Uri about another rabbi who was found in the Epstein files because he made this comment that the only purpose for non-Jews is serving Jews. And if it weren't for serving Jews, there wouldn't be any reason for them to exist in the first place. And so I did a little room thing with that rabbi in the title, and I'll link there. And Rabbi Uri eventually came up, and he had smoke from me. He cussed me up one side and down the other.
More than
he lit it. Hello? Yeah, Rabbi Uri, Rabbi Caleb. He had two things to say. Aside from the fact that he wished that I was dead, he hated me with the heat of 1,000 suns. But
yeah,
and then he was calling the cops. He said he was calling the cops, and he wished I was dead.
I didn't hear that. What?
Yeah.
I thought he was just insulting you.
No, he crashed out pretty hard. We're gonna have to have a Caleb repair room tomorrow.
Okay, I heard the 1,000 Suns shit. I was laughing out loud. I'm not gonna lie.
But the important thing is that
He also said, he's gonna call the Boulder police on you wherever the fuck you live and have you wiped out, Benjamin.
Yeah, I think that's how it works.
John, you need to shut the fuck up.
So the point is that he had all this smoke for me, but he didn't criticize the rabbi.
Yeah, so
I'm
guessing what you said right now about whatever rabbi in the Epstein files that said, I know this is confirmed. I'm just repeating you. That said the only purpose of non-Jews is to serve Jews or whatever.
To serve the Jews.
I'm sure you told that to Caleb, and he fucking got mad as hell. Even more mad.
Oh, I didn't really. I just put the link in the article.
Did you guys even invert it? The purpose of the Jews is to serve the Gentile. Hello? You guys aren't Taoistic enough. You never look at the opposites of anything. Hello?
Not that funny. Not that funny.
Amen, brother.
Amen, brother. Amen, brother.
I was telling that. See, I just had to leave there. I just had to leave.
I left.
No. It's a link. It's a well-known fact.
This dude
It's
was
a
screaming. I left.
well-supported, documented case. There's no question that it's a real quote. Everybody knows about it, and everybody has an opinion about it.
I think Wallace would like to say something about that.
But okay, hold on. Well, why exactly does Caliph need to defend or to fucking this crazy fucking rabbi saying this
Wallace has
crazy shit?
professed love for Korat and to say something about Dr. James Wallace. Do you need to say something?
Oh no, really quick. I do love Cora. Like since season 1, I like Cora. Anyways, that's not why I came up here. I just want to thank Dr. James because he removed me. I think. Oh, should I stop?
Yeah, you'll never win sucking up to my mom. I just
Keep going. Keep going. I want to hear.
Lol.
Come on, Wallace.
Talk, James.
No, Wallace. What did you say?
He was about to say that he got removed from a room because he was accused of being John Kitover because people got JK derangement syndrome. Just in the same way as I got Trump derangement syndrome.
Steal my time, John.
JK Rowling.
I'm not going to steal your thunder. Tell him the story so everybody knows.
John, this isn't good, John.
That's pretty good.
Let's just take a walk and take a deep breath, and we're going to talk about college and student loans.